Hi, it's the 10th of April 2018 at 7 p.m. I've had a busy day today. I haven't got a lot of work done, but I, um, I got my new microphone. I won't show it to you. It's sitting right there, but it's great. It's got one of those wind buffers on it, so I can have the fan on me. I mean, it's not really hot here, but it's good to have breeze going over you. We tend to use them all year round. It probably dies off a bit in winter, but for the most about 9 months of the year, I've got a fan on me, and that was blowing against the microphone, causing all sorts of problems. So often I'd have to just turn the fan off and sit here and sweat. It was rather uncomfortable, but that problem's solved now. But these people used it was really efficient. It was an Australian company that I bought it from actually, and they'd sent it via a low-cost courier to keep the cost down. But it wasn't delivered in the normal way. It was delivered elsewhere, but it's okay. It didn't bother me, but it was here 2 weeks ago, probably longer actually. Yes, but anyway, I picked it up. No problem. It's good. It worked, and it's tremendous. Um, I Through the day, I got a notification came up from fat guy no more, and it said Steve Jobs story, and I thought, what the fuck? And I thought that'd be a bit boring, isn't it? And I thought I'll watch it and see what he's on about. And I watched it. I have to say, I was delighted. I thought it was great what he did. I'll put the link in the description if you want to go and listen to it yourself. It was just his take on an audio story. I presume he listened to in his truck. I think he's a truck driver. He's often, in his truck. So I thought, well, maybe he's a truck driver. So he's played the Steve Jobs story, and it seems that this version was a little bit different to the movie and what have you, where Steve Jobs was sort of portrayed as, pretty cool sort of guy, pretty nice guy, and it was also wrong that he got booted out of Apple, and but apparently there's a different side to the story, which you'll get if you go and listen to Fat Guy No More's summation of it, I suppose. So it's a sort of a summary of a summary. But the best thing about it is it's just a normal average. A fat guy is just a normal, average sort of regular type of guy. He's not a literary critic with all the flamboyance and carry on that they have. So it's good. I just listened there and I thought, this is what we used to do as guys. Okay, you just sit around. Someone will have some sort of story about something, and you just sit there and listen to them. It was that they just impart their whole story and just talk to you, just like he did. It's just like we're sitting on the front step, and he says, I listened to, this, and went over the whole story. And I thought, shit, that's good. I mean, we're always going on about, women and bloody all that sort of, feminism and whatever. I'm sick of hearing about it, in all honesty. I'm sick of even thinking about it. But this was good, And then he said through the video that he's he's going to go a different direction, and he's a farmer, so he might start talking about farming. I thought, I'd like this, what you're doing here. I thought, we could all sort of go on comments and say, we could get him to read books for us and just summarise, condense it down. So I just don't have the time to even listen to them. It's just by the time I finish comments and work and that sort of thing, I'm pretty busy during the day. I might watch a couple of vids and that's about it, but I don't have a lot of time for that. But, if he's sort of, I don't know that I'd read the Steve Jobs story. I think I've already read one of his books about 10 years ago, or a book about him. Yeah, so I don't know that I'd read another, but I just thought it was an excellent thing to do. And Fat Guy sort of put a mgtow spin on it. And I think a lot of mgtow, particularly in my camp, the guys just going their own independent way and we're just hanging together. Yeah, I think a lot of us are actually business minded. That's the feeling I get. We like business stories. I noticed Jay Lord put a couple of comments there, and I think one or two others too, but I can't remember. But yeah, I just I thought it was good, and I think if somebody go over there, encourage him to do more, because it's not too bad, and he's Fat Guy's pretty easy to listen to. And it was just, just his take on it. He's, the main takeaway is a bit of this and that. Didn't go on and on forever. And I just thought, yeah, that's a good thing to do. That's what we used to do. In fact, it reminded me of when I was a kid. When I was 15, I went out cotton chipping out in the middle of Australia. Oh, not in the middle of Australia, but out in the flat country. It's desert out there. And it's sort of like, yeah, see your mum going cotton chipping, with the hose, chipping the wheat when they used to do it with manually. Yeah, and I remember I hitched a lift out, with a car full of blokes. And, one of the guys was just doing that, sitting in, because it's just long, flat, you just sit there for hours on end driving. And, he just told stories like that, mostly about movies that he'd watched. But everybody just sat there and listened. And he just, explained that he just played the whole movie. It was almost as enjoyable as watching the movie itself. Yeah, it's a funny thing, but guys used to do it quite a bit, I think. But it's sort of something that we don't do anymore. But anyway, thanks for that, Fats, and thanks for listening to me, everybody. I'll talk to you again soon. The link to that vid is in the description. Okay, bye.